On this week's episode of Living on a Scottish Island, we have reached burnout. Who saw that coming? I did. So today we're just looking after ourselves and honestly just making it through the day. For a little bit of context, this past week on the island has been full sun. Like, I'm talking, I think I've got tan lines sun. I'm talking, I got burnt sun. It's been hot and it's been real and it's been so much fun. um, I have really been doing the most, and I think that's why burnout has inevitably caught up with me because I was kind of expecting to have a week of getting back on track, back to reality, back to normality, and just slowing down after being on holiday. And I touched on this in last week's episode. So I did have a day of that. And then after that day of learning to slow down, which you can watch after this video if you've not watched it already, um, after that amazing day, I got carried away again. I think if you watched the video, you probably could have seen that coming because I had a wee bit like itchy feet. Um yeah, I struggled to slow down, not gonna lie, and I struggled to not do anything. And even at the end of the day, I was like, wow, that feels a bit like an unsuccessful day, even though I knew it was needed. However, then the rest of the week did not follow suit, and I did end up having a pretty busy one. I'm gonna insert some footage now, actually, of a few things that I got up to that were really, really fun. First of all, this was an amazing day. Okay, let me take you back. Me and Caroline, who also posts on social media, decided to go for a wee picnic. And so I decided to make some scones. They didn't go very well, but it was really nice waking up and just getting into baking mode because I've not actually done that in ages. And I find baking super therapeutic. So that was lovely. I kind of look like Dora the Explorer. um, yeah, that's not the look I was going for, but here we are. I made my scones a wee bit burnt, which I'm really sad about. I hate when they go wrong when it's like you're making them for other people, and that's of course always when they go wrong because there's more pressure, I guess. But oh well. I've got my jam and cream. No, I don't actually. I've got jam and butter today. I don't have cream, which is really sad. But I'm ready to go. I've got a wee dress on under this that I got for £7 in a charity shop in London, but it's actually Brandy Melville. So love that. And I have brought a swimming costume, but unsure if I'm going to be able to. And then she took me to a beach that I had actually never been to on the island. It was so private, so quiet and peaceful, and it was just so good for the soul. And she brought her dog, who's just the best. It was just lovely. Then later that day, I went out on a boat with one of my friends and the company that he works for, which is called Stardust. If you're ever visiting, I highly recommend. If you want to see seagulls, if you want to see dolphins, if you want to see seals, we didn't see any that day, but so that was a really special day. Then I had a lot of work bits like shooting and creating and really, really fun things. All very active things, all very outdoorsy, out and about, go, go, go type scenarios. So I didn't film any of that. But then yesterday I had a wee afternoon to myself. I just thought, let's make the most of the last little bit of sunshine that we've got. Go to my favourite place on the island, probably one of the only places on the island that I really try and gatekeep. So don't hate me for not giving away the location, but I'm not giving away the location, and I think locals will appreciate me saying that as well. So sorry, but I'll at least show you a little bit of it, a little glimpse. Because it was amazing. This is my favorite place to swim as well. It feels like paradise. It feels so euphoric swimming under that waterfall. When I'm floating under that waterfall, I experience ultimate peace. And I'm so lucky because I think some people will go their whole lives not experiencing that kind of feeling. Just to be under something of such great like magnitude, but is magnitude the right word? But it's also natural and like the rainbow and the colour of the water, and then having that all to yourself, unheard of, just actually incredible. And I couldn't stop smiling the whole time. My cheeks were literally sore from smiling, which is so funny because I feel like that usually only happens to me when I'm in social settings. Like if I'm by myself, I feel like that's kind of rare that I'll be like cheesing the whole time, but I was because it was just so amazing. So it's been great, but I think there's definitely a thing um in Scottish people and British people where it's almost like this mad panic when the sun comes out, to really be doing the most, and how much can we fit in, and like we need to make the most of it because it's so rare, right? So girl made the most of it, but now girl is flipping exhausted. I was like really secretly hoping for rain today and just to have an ultimate cozy day, but it's actually still quite nice. It's cloudy, but it's bright and it's warm. So can't complain. I'm still going to have a cozy chill day, and you guys are going to spend it with me. So yeah, let's get on with a nice chilled out morning. Such a nice week in Sky, honestly. Like, I was actually just saying to Kate, it's so hard getting back into a working groove because it's so nice. But basically, I've had this idea to. Being so incredibly real with you guys, my room is a shambles. Like, it's so messy. This happens literally every week. But I feel like it's really bad right now, and it's because I've got too much stuff in this little room. I'm gonna have to do a big clear out, and honestly, I can't face it. Today was gonna be the day. I was gonna start putting some stuff up on Depop, but or Vinted even. That's what I use. But I fear I need to just tidy everything up before I start doing that, because right now it's like I can't even tell what I want and what I don't want. So it's just such a mess that I'm like, I'd actually just want to get rid of all of it. And before I was like, no, I'll just start posting on Vinted, and then as I'm bagging things up, that will clear the room. But I think that might be silly. So all I'm going to do right now is tidy the room. And I feel like obviously that will put my mind in a better place. But yeah, I think just with it being sunny and chaotic this week, my room was just not a priority. I was like, do I want to spend time inside cleaning? No. Of course I don't. So, and like I was just literally running in from one activity, getting changed, throwing my clothes anywhere, and then running back out, coming in at the end of the night, and then just like crashing. So the room's just, yeah, it's just not looking cute. And today we're gonna fix that. I've also got a little bit of motivation because my family are all coming up for the Easter holidays. I'm so excited. I just love when we host, well, when my mum and dad host, because they're the best hosts ever. So my dad's currently outside cutting the grass, and my mum is has well, she already has, I don't know if you noticed, but the house is looking quite tidy right now, and it's also so like spring like. I might actually show you guys some of the little bits that she's got around the house because it's so cute, all the wee decorations and stuff. And I just love Easter. It's such a nice time of year, and it's like so hopeful and optimistic. I feel like I really love it. They've gotten all organized and tidy. It's now making me want to do the same. So that's exactly what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do it right now. When I said that I have reached burnout, I really did mean it. I've not done much today. It's not been productive at all. I was kind of hoping it would still be a little bit more productive, even just like pottering about the house. but I'm so tired, to be quite honest with you guys. I've really not done much, and it feels like so much effort to do every little task. So cleaning my room there usually doesn't take half as long. And even then, the room still feels a mess because of all the like bags of clothes everywhere that needs to get either put to the charity shops or sold on my Vinted. So that's kind of like this weekend's task, but I think I'm just allowing myself to have this burnout essentially, or like I'm not going to push myself today basically. I don't know. I've not really looked at like what's good ways to overcome burnout and stuff. I feel like burnout is just burnout. Like I'm tired and I have no energy and I feel quite like defeated. um, which is not the usual energy in my videos and stuff. I don't feel negative, like I still feel really positive and I'm really excited. Like my family are starting to arrive, so I've actually gotten changed as you can see. So that's a big win. I've gotten changed. I was hoping to go for a walk, but I literally cannot be bothered. Like I cannot even face going out on a walk. I'm gonna walk down the garden with them, but I'm not really gonna film much of this because I feel like that's unfair on them, but this has just been like another really rogue video of not much going on. I know you guys liked last week's, but I feel like last week at least there was more, like I was doing more around the house. I've literally done nothing today but read my book, doom scroll, take about 5 hours to clean my room, and muster up the energy to get changed, which was even for some reason quite a big faff. I've got no makeup on, really putting in the effort for the family arriving. But that's just the way it is. Oh, I have been doing work. What am I even saying? I spent the first half of the day working on a new project that I'm doing, which is really exciting. And I had a few calls and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I need to be a bit easier on myself, but it's not really vloggable things, is it? So I've not really shown you anything. I hope you enjoyed the segments of the other days. I think next week's vlog is probably going to be a lot more interesting, and I'll actually take you guys out of the house instead of choosing to film on the days where I'm not doing anything because, yeah. But yeah, just if you are experiencing burnout, like I think it's important to just let yourself have these days. Like I'm just having an off day and that's the way it is. And I literally haven't really, I feel like I've not gained anything from today, but you don't need to gain something from every day. Like some days you can just be. And that's something that I'm learning. And I feel like that's what I learned today. That is the message that I would take away from today. Um, I kept saying to mum, like, I just feel so unproductive today and I'm getting frustrated at myself, but I just don't have the energy to do anything about it. Like, I obviously don't care enough to do anything about it. And she was like, it's not that. Like, you're just exhausted. Like, let yourself just chill for a day. Like, and I feel like it's really hard when you're self-employed, and it's really hard when you've got a lot to do, to just be able to switch off and be like, no, that can wait until tomorrow, because realistically I'm better going at it with a fresh brain than like this kind of half-assed approach. So yeah, I don't know about anyone else, but I'm feeling really really excited for Easter week, Easter weekend. It's always a great time in this household. I hope you guys liked seeing my mum's decorations as well. They're so cute. And yeah, that will be next week's video. And then Sorley's coming up as well. And like, I don't know, it'll just be a lot more high energy. Not even high energy, because I kind of like to keep these things semi-cam, but just a little bit funner and a little bit less like yawn. I feel like literally this video is giving yawn. Why would I even put this up? I'm questioning if I'm even going to put it up. I don't know. Feels a bit pointless, but then maybe I guess it's good to show these days. I don't know. I just feel like this is so like literally the exact same way that I was speaking in last week's vlog, but just like even slightly worse. So, I mean, if you're seeing this, you're seeing it, right? In other news and kind of like opposite vibe to this. How do you guys feel about more structured YouTube videos? Kind of slightly more educational, I was thinking. Basically, I was thinking of doing a wee series that was going to be. I don't really want to give too much away about what it would be because I think it's fun to like build suspense and stuff. But I was thinking of doing a wee series on here that would be a little bit more purposeful, educational, yeah, about like Skye and the culture and a wee bit more of a deep dive rather than showing you guys just my life and my day to day. But I will still keep doing these ones as well because I think it's nice to just show people the reality of life here and stuff like that. But I thought that it would also be nice to have a wee bit more of a structured series as well. So I'm only talking maybe like 4 YouTube videos over the course of I don't know when. And I've literally not started this little idea that I've got in my head. But I just thought it would be quite fun and quite different from the videos that I do put out right now. But then I know you guys really enjoy kind of the realness of just like a daily vlog where it's just normal and it's not as pre-planned. Um, so I don't know if that's even something you guys would be interested in or if you would think like, yawn, I don't want to be educated and like that's not what we're here for. I don't know. I would like your guys' opinion on it basically. I think it would be really fun. I really like creating content that's got purpose behind it, and I feel like even my YouTube videos right now, I do try and send like a message or have like some sort of theme around each video, but this would be very different. Think more like think like a kind of documentary style, but like very condensed, like still only like 15 minutes. But just more like yeah, there's just more substance and more to it rather than it being as casual and laid back as me doing all with my day like today. um you guys can let me know. But anyways, for now, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much, especially because what the heck has this one been? Literally, what the heck has this one been? That's just the way it is. Anyways, if you have made it to the end, I would love to know what you guys are getting up to over Easter, even if you don't celebrate it, just in this next week. I think a lot of people are on holiday and stuff right now, so yeah, I would love to know what you guys are getting up to. And if you have no plans, then no plans is good sometimes, because take it from me, who is in a very burnt out state right now, no plans is good sometimes. And if you don't want to share your plans, just comment burnout. Because that is the theme. Okay, I can hear my family chatting downstairs. My tummy's rumbling. I think food's almost ready. And I'm going to have a nice night just switched off with them. But yeah. Okay. Cheery. Bye.